and this is Warcast Bear.
I'm back.
Yeah, left me alone
Back
last
from
week.
a week off.
I look extra pale today. I don't know if it's because I'm on against the white background.
Probably. And I have a Christmas tree.
You do have a Christmas tree. Maybe over the next couple of weeks I need to have some like flashing lights around the edge of the stream.
Integrated Christmas tree. Bosh.
So yeah, we finally got what we were expecting to get. We got a collection of legend rules. So the way that they've worded it is that these are models that no longer are really supported, and their rules will be kept in a legend section of the website, so that you can always use them if you want to in narrative games or even match play, I believe. But they've sort of said that they're not going to be balanced, so tournaments should avoid using them. For me, it's I'm going to lose out on a load of Space Marine bike characters. I'm not sure if there's anything major apart from that for me. I mean, there's the Gaunts can no longer take is it spike rifles and a couple of other things, but they never had the models for it. They're always ones that you adapted.
Yeah, it's if you look at the way that they're doing a lot of things now, it's a case of whatever the model comes with, that's what you can use.
Yeah.
So you look at the Primaris, you can't really do any updates on them. You can't go, oh yeah, give Primaris Captain all this cool stuff like you can with old captains.
Yes, they sort of. If anyone sees me floating around a moment, it's just because I'm trying to reset my. There's a bit of a line underneath me on the stream. There we go. That seems to be a bit better. I am really pale on stream right now. I'm not sure what it is.
No, it's the white background. I look, like the legacy things. It's great because obviously they're still there. You can still use them and everything like this. But it's a shame that some of them are obviously not going to be. Like a lot of people will be like, oh no, it's well unbalanced, and it's legacy. I mean, it's a fun game. Why does it matter?
Yeah. I don't think. I think there's a couple of old orc models that really stood out as ones that it was a little bit unfair to see them lose them because they were quite like the custom force field one.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see if it makes any difference. I think. Yeah, I don't recall there being anything sort of top tier in most armies that we've lost because of this.
No. I mean, there's things that people are upset about losing. Like yesterday, I was in a Warhammer shop doing some pre-ordering, which you'll find out about later. A gentleman came in and he was just like, well, the legend stuff, Legion of the Damned.
But the Legion of the Damned, if they get anything, they'll get another. It will either be a White Dwarf supplement or it will be, their own codex. I mean, fingers crossed.
I was chatting to the manager and he was saying, the thing with the Legion of Damned is they're very mysterious. You don't know anything about them, so they're not going to get a codex. I would love to see them get things like Terminators, Jump Pack Marines, that sort of thing. Because that would be cool. And obviously, I'd quite happily pay huge amounts of points for taking a unit of a standard tactical squad, give them 2 wounds apiece, and give them 3+ invulnerable save. No armor save, just 3+ invulnerable save. That would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think that might be why they've taken a hit. Because can you imagine 3+ invulnerable saves in this new meta of huge amounts of AP? It would be.
Yeah, but you're paying, for argument's sake, say you was paying like 400 points for a 10-man unit of 2 wound tactical marines with a 3+ invulnerable save, and they've just got standard bolt guns.
Yeah.
They're not going to be game winners.
No,
but
true.
They might be objective holders quite well for a little while. But once you start putting enough firepower into them, it's just like them having a 3+ armor save. You're going to roll enough 1s and 2s.
Talking of which, actually, because we didn't have a chance to talk about the Tyranid rules, one of the new bits that you might like with your warriors, do you ever take them in a big group?
I take them as 6. most of the time.
That could benefit quite nicely, because they basically have this new ability that rather than take a warlord trait, they can give a unit a trait, and one of them is that they can ignore -1 and -2 AP on a unit.
No, that'd be really helpful for the Tyranids.
Yeah, you'd have a really sort of substantial Tyranid warrior group if you could do that. I mean, it doesn't really work on Gaunt's, because everything above -1 is a waste. Sorry. Right.
Moving on.
We'll scooch on. So, Forge World's pre-order is something that some people should recognise. If you don't recognise it, where have you been? Basically, they've brought back the Gorgon. 50 guardsmen ploughing into battle, mortars firing out of it. I really want one for my traitor guard. Lovely big red chaos symbols all the way across the side of it.
No, it would be good. It's always been a model that I've gone, that's really cool. Like that one. And always wanted to take the the plough off the front, of the dozer blade off the front, and stick it on Land Raiders, but
But yeah, we don't really need to say too much more about that. If you don't know what this tank is, then go find out, because it's awesome.
It's just a guardsman transport with a lot of guns on it, so it's basically the guardsman version of a repulsor. Just
yeah.
Much more transportation, and probably not as good at guns.
So yeah, we've got what's going up for pre-order next week, which is a made-to-order Chaos Dwarves army for Blood Bowl, or team for Blood Bowl.
Yeah, old school.
Very old school. Look at those beards. Yeah. Chaos Dwarves and Hobgoblins.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there's this guy who has the best hat ever.
Charge!
Will I get in trouble if I make something like that for streams?
Away from the hats, away from the hats.
So, yeah, I think that's really it for the pre-orders for next week. Games Workshop are winding down.
Yeah, there's not a huge amount.
We might
Christmas coming around the corner.
But there has been a bit of a run of reveals recently. Did talk about them a little bit last week, but Warcast Bear wasn't here, and I don't think I spent enough time on some of this stuff. So
no.
Need more hats. Yes, Steve. I need more hats. All the hats. Do you want me to put the next slide across? Do you want me to do that? Yeah. Ben, do you want to?
Just like literally December. I'm in love. Being my birthday, being my 30th birthday as well this week, obviously I got a decent amount of money, so I was able to do some pre-ordering. Quite happy with this month. So Match Play Guide, not obviously out yet, but on its way soon, New Year, I believe. Pretty helpful just to be able to sort of run. You'll get a guide on running armies in both Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, obviously. And there's going to be other rules and bits and pieces all into that as well, so it's going to be quite a nice little sort of, a bit like a chapter approved essentially, I suppose, but with extra bits and pieces.
So in case anyone gets confused, we are going to be talking about a few of the things that went up for pre-order yesterday, and we're going to be talking about some of the things that they revealed at Throne of Skulls yesterday as well. I think I think Throne of Skulls.
Well, it all ties in with everything that's going on with what will be on the next slide.
Yes, yeah. So this is one of the things that was revealed. However, this is what went up for pre-order.
Yeah, War in Rohan. The Gondor War book, or War in Gondor, whatever it was called. Fantastic book anyway. Gives you all those like awesome little abilities to be able to go, I'll take Arabon like this and take all this sort of stuff. I like Gondor. I have got a lot of Rohan though. So this book for me is fantastic, bringing out loads of new rules for new characters. Those 2 Forge World characters, awesome little dudes. Not fantastic in game, but their rules just great, brilliant little rules. This book though, I've got to pick this one up. I failed to order this one yet, my bad, but I will get it. You keep changing colour, that's really funny.
I know, it's because when I try and mess around with the filter settings, it happens live. I'm feeling particularly washed out, that's all.
I'm really looking forward to the new year. With what's come out so far with Lord of the Rings, I'm really hoping that next year they're just going to keep pumping out loads of stuff. We need to see loads more books like this. These are fantastic. Just help to get you that narrative gaming, the ability to be able to run like certain. Because I think in this book there's 4 different armies that will have specific ways of being run, specific loadouts and everything like that. It's just same as like Gondor or Warbot. It's. I mean, I'm so looking forward to the next year at Club because I am going to do some narrative campaigns and stuff because I did the pre-order and I got the big set with a lot of buildings and palisade walls, and then going to be asking for a lot of Christmas bits. This, the dice are fantastic. I love these dice. They were gorgeous dice.
You did quite well actually, because these went out.
Yeah. I because obviously with my birthday I got some gift vouchers from a friend, so obviously I have to go into store and spend those. So I obviously went to what is my local Games Workshop to spend my gift vouchers, and on the way there I was like, I'm not going to make it because of traffic, so I actually had to pull over at 10 o'clock and order these dice, and then at 2 minutes past 10 they were all out of stock, which I didn't realise until I got to the shop where I was going to order some more dice because I know some of you guys were after them, but
yeah, they are
just
they're stunning.
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones at the moment that I have actually got at least one set of every single set of dice that have come out. I now do have a double set of the ring dice, the Army of the Dead dice, and these dice, obviously. But it's great to have those dice, especially like the 3 Hunters dice. If you're using Legolas, you're using Gimli or Aragorn, you've got to roll with thematic dice. It's awesome. So,
oh,
what did you do?
None of that happened live, did it?
Oh my God, you are red as anything.
Yeah.
You're in the fires of Mount Doom.
Right.
Stop fiddling with things.
Oh, okay, I'll stop playing. Okay, so yeah, the dice are fantastic. I mean, I don't need any more Lord of the Rings models. I don't, but
yes, you do.
It would be so
yes,
good to have. I think we need to move on before I start thinking about new armies.
Come on. We need other things to be shown.
And then I've forgotten that this slide was the next one. So I missed this slide out last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cracking models. They're really nice. Like, for when... So look at the old Lord of the Rings models. Don't get me wrong, fantastic. Really nice models for when they came. But you now look at the quality and just these models. Griemer's model is... like literally, you look at that and I just think that's like a photograph near enough from the film. And the same with...
I wouldn't be able to achieve that level of look, but the model itself kind of helps, you know.
Yeah, definitely. They're amazing, fantastic models. And I have got Isengard, so I have got Urukai. So I'm probably going to have to pick these up at some point.
Excellent.
I mean, to be fair, I'm probably going to have to pick up anything new that they bring out.
Yeah, they are. We definitely. I mean, it's only what, 5 or 6 of us now at the club with Lord of the Rings models. I mean, not that it takes much to persuade someone to buy an infantry box and a command.
I mean, this is the great thing about Lord of the Rings. How many models do you need? You don't need many. I mean, I've got tons, but
I'm looking out the corner of my eye at the Easterlings.
Yeah, well, I'm looking over there, and I'm seeing the King of the Dead with his little banner dudes, and Legolas and Aragorn. I'm looking over there, and I'm seeing just a huge amount of like Rohan and Minas Tirith and stuff. It doesn't matter about having huge amounts of models. You can play really small games, and the fantastic thing is like 500 points. At 500 points, you can pretty much just play. I think I got into the list: Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, and potentially Boromir. Yeah. That's 4 heroes, and you play a 500-point game.
Yeah,
it's great.
Anyone? I would say actually, the real sort of investment for making the game look really nice is actually terrain.
Yes. Oh yes.
So we'll be talking about terrain shortly.
Yes. These are cracking models. Absolutely fantastic. I love these next set of models that are coming out. Which, obviously, new War in Rohan book, these guys are in it. New rules, new all that sort of stuff. So, brilliant. If you want to play Dunlin Warriors and that, you need that new War in Rohan book.
Now, I used to do... I can't remember what it's... was it LARP? I can't remember. It was Middle-earth roleplay. Yeah, Middle-earth roleplay, which was, to my mind, one of the best sort of D&D-esque rule sets. And it had loads and loads of bits of little fluff in the book. And I think, is it these guys who were the original owners of the Rohan land?
Original owners of parts of Rohan,
okay.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
But these are more bodyguards to other guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these guys come in, for the most part, to steal cavalry, or to steal the horses. So, but yeah, they're awesome. Well, I mean, they're not necessarily these guys, but they're the horse. They're cavalry models. Obviously, they're cavalry units. But you know, just literally reading what obviously GW have got up there, the Huskarls, heavy war axes, and they're the ones who are bodyguards. So they are basically the Dunlin version of Rohan Royal Guard.
Yeah. Yeah, they are very nice.
They look huge as well, and just like, these guys are clearly going to be in plastic. They need to be in plastic. If they're in plastic, there's a chance that there's a bit of posability, which would be really nice, because that is the one thing the Lord of the Rings stuff lacks. Otherwise, everything else is just fantastic.
So what about these ones?
So these are characters. Now, if you remember from the films, the guy in the middle, right at the very back, he is the guy who swears with Saruman. He's what's his name? I can't remember. The Oathmaker. I don't even think he's actually got a proper name or anything. But yeah, these guys are these guys and woman, should I say? They're it's just to add in that extra bit into, because I mean, if you look at certain armies, there are certain armies that don't have enough playability, because you've only got like one hero and you can only really do one thing with them. So now you can have a full-on army of Dunling warriors. But yeah, they're fantastic. I love them. great models.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for the fact that my army for Lord of the Rings was already sort of heavily armoured in gold and red, I would be tempted to.
Yeah, but you've already done your army of Eastlings. You've got quite a few. What you now need is a Dunling army. Because I know that I am willing to play with anybody when it comes to Lord of the Rings, because it is such a fantastic game. It runs so much better than 40k and Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
The way the rules are just by far the better game system for me nowadays in GW.
It's got a lot of things. I mean, it's got even more extensive rules for things that I miss from the old versions of 40k as well. Things like jumping off stuff and actual rules for being swept downstream and things like that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's way more a thematic game. You get way more out of it, and
so you can basically you can come up with a stupid plan and fail horribly doing a stupid plan and watch your army float away downstream.
Yeah, we've seen that happen at the club. Yeah, they're fantastic. It is such a good game, and it just puts into. Well, I mean, you're wrong, so bye.
Hi, Bobby. You're right. Bobby, we're going to be talking about Middle-earth strategy battle game, so.
If I had the ability, I'd totally block him.
It's okay. Seeley's in the chat, so they'll.
I am literally. I will stand by what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is the better game system that GW are producing. By far. Because it's not a game system where you turn up and go, I'm going to put my models on the table, and then turn one, I'm going to take all my models off the table because my opponent has already destroyed everything. Don't know. It's got way more playability to it for me, but there you go. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. Lord of the Rings is good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's okay.
There is.
James is
there
in
is
chat.
More.
If anyone needs to have a discussion about whether the rules are good, those two can go at it.
I literally, when it comes down to it, I think I've got a lot of stuff. He can pretty much at this point recreate the amount of Minister of Warriors that was at at the Battle of the Penelon Fields. It was just
That is the problem, and as Bobby will know, I am a bit of a collector when it comes to these games. This is what I would suffer from if I played anyone apart from the Eastlings. At least with the Eastlings, because there's not many pictures of the army in total, I was able to stop myself going beyond a certain point. But if I was to do orcs, I would want to do orcs on a scale.
Legions of orcs. But that's fine because you can play War of the Ring. And it would easily be adaptable to the current edition of rules because they haven't been that much of a change. So, having legions of orcs on the table, I mean, yes. You need to do that now, and then we need to do a big bat rep of it.
Should we move on to the bit that you want to talk about most?
Okay, yeah. Losing my mind with Lord of the Rings. It's glorious. These things are amazing. So, I mean, anybody else who decided to... moderator deleted all the custodians stuff.
Yeah, foul language, which, to be fair, it's a bit of... It's the same issue I suffer from, and it's the same issue that a couple of people I know suffer from, that we swear as part of our normal everyday language, and it takes quite a lot of brain power to keep those swear words in.
Well, after working for GW, you kind of get to that point where you are able to go, no, I'll censor this sentence. Yeah, no, these buildings are awesome. There's going to be some more pictures coming up, but they're fantastic. So modular. Like, I am at that point where I'm like, okay, I could potentially build Edoras, like the entirety of it. I've got 6 buildings and the 2 palisade walls coming, because I bought the big box set because, you know, birthday stuff. So, it's, yeah, they are. I wish I'd have had the money to be able to buy 2 box sets, because there's going to be a picture that comes up soon that is using all 6 buildings and creates just a grand hall. There is, so this picture uses 6 buildings to build it. It needs, if you're going to build the grand hall that is at Edoras, it needs a couple more buildings, because there's a couple of other bits that you need to do. Because realistically, it's not supposed to have just the 2 poking out rooms. It has 3, so it'd be a bit longer. But yeah, if anybody wants to buy me more buildings, I will happily build them and make this big board. And you're on board with me as well, aren't you?
I mean, the thing, it doesn't even have to just be for Lord of the Rings.
No. And it also doesn't have to have the roof glued down, and you build the inside, which is going to be my plan.
But yeah, I think like a Night World in 40k, where it's meant to still be all rural peasants, you could use that for this. Age of Sigmar,
Yeah,
it could just be, you could have this like lovely little pleasant village in the middle of some sort of beast-filled jungle. You know, there's so many.
Doesn't even have to be GW. There are plenty of other game systems out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you could use this for. I mean, I've already built a small hut that is in the same sort of size.
Surprise, Tomb World.
Oh God, it's just, that's all it is. Surprise, Tomb World.
Yeah, pre-Heresy Caliban. That would work as well.
Yeah.
We're derailing the Lord of the Rings.
Use. Yeah, but it's showing that these buildings, which are phenomenal buildings, really cool looking, can just be used for so much. So, you know, I'm losing my mind. The only downside I'm having is obviously building this building. I'm thinking it's probably going to be, you know, at least sort of that big. The palisade wall, it's not going to be, the 2 sets you get with it is not going to be enough. I literally need probably 3 more sets of the big Saver set. And the Saver set was fantastic as well. The houses alone were £29. The palisade walls were £40. But the big set, £150. So you get 3 buildings for free. It was a win. Even somewhere like Darkspeed was selling them that you would, if you bought all of the stuff that you got in that big box, you would still be paying just over 10 quid more than what GW was selling at.
I don't think they had the bundle on Darksphere, although I have to
No, they didn't have the bundle, but if you bought 6 buildings and 2 sets of the palisade walls, it was 160 quid.
Yeah, so
whereas GW's bundle was 3 buildings for free. So, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be good. Did I move on to the last building? I don't think I did show the last. There we go, that one.
Well, it's not.
But it's the same building from a different angle. With
it's the same building, but
yeah.
Well, I think it's the same building, but it's just it's on a different base and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's phenomenal. And over the next year, I love my salamanders and everything like this, and I will try and do a couple more videos for it and all that. But it's going to be Lord of the Rings. They're going to be in my videos now. I've promised someone that I will do a lot more painting for him, and I know I will see him at some point. So I'm going to have a table ready for us to be able to play a really awesome, cool big game, and have armies ready to go to play on the table. I do need to find some more grass mat. But yeah,
Well, if,
I need a GW mat.
Yeah, I was going to say the worst case scenario, you could always borrow my 2 grass mats.
No, I want the fluffy ones. The
Oh,
ones with the static grass on them. Yeah, you need the ones with the static grass on them. So much cooler.
Yeah, I really need to start building some more terrain.
Well, maybe we need to sit down and you and I do a terrain building video.
Could be quite good.
You know.
Can we enslave Bobby in the corner? Just force him to work for us.
Did him out! Yeah, I mean, if you watch the video as well that they released as part of the what was coming out for pre-order, if you watch the video for the Lord of the Rings, oh my god, like, there's some really awesome, cool stuff. And if you look in the background at 22 seconds, there is a tower as well, and I'm pretty sure they've used the buildings for that. I mean, I'm probably going to keep GW in business when it comes to buying buildings.
Yeah.
Like, as many buildings as possible, so I can just build something awesome. Which, as we already say, not just for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely. I mean, they're big buildings. That's a perfect piece of line of sight blocking terrain. You could even use it in the same way that we use the church when we're using it for 40k. That if you were using it for 40k, you can shoot into it and out of it, but not through it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends, because you can get a decent little save off of this building, but you could shoot into the building because it's just wooden, isn't it? But
yeah.
That's boring. That's 40k. But in answer to Bobby's question of why didn't they release this ages ago? Yeah, exactly. Twats. But they knew that the Lord of the Rings TV show was coming, so build the hype up already. Then the Lord of the Rings TV show comes out, which is going to be phenomenal, and more models, more stuff, bigger sales, lovely jubbly. You know. Yeah, it's can't say much more.
No.
But what I will say is, anybody who is watching and is in the vicinity of local to us, and they want to play Lord of the Rings, if you haven't got models, I'm happy to lend you models. I do mostly have good armies, but I have got Isengard. You've got Easterlings.
Yeah.
We know someone who's got orcs, so you are more than welcome to come play us. We absolutely love this game.
Yes.
And anybody at club who, I know that Vince obviously wanted to get into Isengard. Wicked, awesome. I mean, we haven't even got the slides up for it, but old school models, Grimbold, and the captains and stuff for the Uruk-hai. The Uruk-hai scout captain who's got the double-handed axe, who's proper swinging it out. That model is so sought after. A week before it was released on GW's website, one of the models was sold for £134 on eBay. Yeah. And it's in a box set for 24 quid now.
Yes, it's one of the weird things. You don't never expect a Games Workshop game to have relatively good cost per model, which it is, and on top of that, you've also got models that actually seem to hold their value, which is insane.
Yeah. I mean, even now, people are selling things that are now back available on GW's website. They're selling them on eBay, and they're making stupid amounts of money. But that's because they're in metal and not in failed cast. Yeah. But they've made a fantastic decision with going, yeah, let's do some more Lord of the Rings. So as I say, more of this. And I Saturday, obviously I will be getting the box, and I think we've decided that we will go live, and we will do an unboxing together.
Yes.
Yours.
Yeah. So Saturday, the plan is I think the zombie side. If we can get people together for zombie side. If zombie side is a no-go, I've got the backup of doing Space Cadet, because I think that would be ridiculous to play Space Cadet on video. Especially if we hold it to the actual 30-second time limit to complete puzzles. That would might make some people go cross-eyed. Although
we've got the issue that obviously GW not releasing anything, and kind of they're who we primarily cover, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not really going to release too much now over Christmas. However, we've got a couple of ideas for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. So I think that Sunday coming will probably be the last release day. You think this Sunday was already the last release day? So
I'm not sure. Normally they do about 2 weeks where they go off and they don't release anything until the new year.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. We'll see how much of a panic I'm in next Sunday to what happens. It could just be we're not playing something like Northgard and I stream the Northgard game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw you light up to that one. That suggestion.
Yeah. That, or we can do a question and answer or something like that. I don't know.
We could do a question and answer.
I definitely think potentially we should do like a couple of roundups of things that we've really liked so far that we've covered.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, we've been going 4 months now, near enough.
yeah. It's moved on quite quickly.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think we started doing this in September.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the what did we like from the year and what are we planning to do in the new year? Might be trying to resurrect some Tyranids, but the rules weren't as encouraging as I was hoping they were going to be, and I feel that I don't mind running low tier armies, but it will end up being
there'll be a NID codex at some point in the new year.
Yeah. There's always a new NID codex. Normally about the same point where I have 0 money, and
welcome to my world. Yeah, I've still bought things.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So signing off.
One last thing. Thinking about Lord of the Rings, actually. So they brought out all those data cards.
Oh yes, I read this.
So they brought out those data cards ready for obviously for people to use, and that sold out quick, stupidly quick, and then obviously scalpers left, right and centre on eBay. They are being redone, so if you haven't got them but you did want them, they're on their way.
Yeah, because I mean I wanted to pick up some for my Acelings and miss the opportunity, so it will be really nice for me.
I just want to pick them up. I just want to pick all of them up so that I can go to a game and someone go, oh no, I haven't got them. I go, bosh, here you go, use these.
Yeah. Exactly, that kind of thing. So yeah, it would be really nice to have those, and I think the only thing they said is it wouldn't be in the same packaging, which is fair enough.
No, it'll be in an updated packaging, but does it really matter as long as it's the card? Yeah. So
yes. As per always, if you're watching us on YouTube, the Twitch chat and anything interactive will always be on Twitch. So try and watch us if you're going to watch us live on twitch.tv/Warcast_gaming. I said it without messing it up that time.
You got that.
However, all videos will always go up on YouTube, so if you want to watch us, you need to search Warcast Gaming on YouTube. Apart from that, news will be found on Facebook.com/WarcastGaming and Instagram.com/Warcast_gaming, all of which is below us. And whoever is our next Instagram follower will be our 100th Instagram follower, which would be very nice. If you're not already following us on Instagram, come be our 100th one, and then that might trigger me trying to do some form of giveaway. But I
also like me on Instagram, Warcast Bear.
Yes, yes.
I post the same stuff really, but there's also sometimes going to be some other bits.
Yeah,
I've got some dinosaur models.
5 posts back. You will see the post that I did for Warcast Bear's birthday, which is, dinosaurs and alien and Seraphon and salamander stuff. I didn't put any Lord
I've
of the
got some
Rings.
dinosaurs. I've got some dinosaurs I picked up whilst I was on holiday, and I'm going to paint them, and they're going to go on.
I was thinking when I put that up, I didn't put. I didn't have to put any airsoft stuff on there because it's your picture of you airsofting, or fishing, or I didn't put any Lord of the Rings stuff in that picture.
I do too much stuff. But yeah.
Right.
Cool.
So, thank you very much. Would you like to say goodbye?
Cheers for watching. Yeah. See you later, and hopefully, yeah, we'll speak to you guys with some cool new stuff, and then yeah, see what happens. And then if you don't tune in and we don't see you guys, have a good Christmas anyway.
Yes, yeah, and so we might see you Saturday for a live stream, as live stream unboxing and a live stream game in the evening. If not, we don't like that. If we don't see you then, hopefully we'll see you on Sunday. Anyway,
Yes.
see you next time for more fun and games.